All right, you guys, now time for some CONCACAF Under-20 Championship talk because Canada have maintained their top spot of Group C on Wednesday, but they were unable to clinch a spot in the quarterfinals after a 1-1 draw to Honduras. Jordan, I'll come to you first here. In your mind, is this a positive result or are you disappointed by it?
It's neutral for the draw. I'm not disappointed because I think obviously 4 points in 2 matches, you'll take in anything in tournament play. But I think when you're looking at Canada based on the fact that they should top this group and they should go and dominate, and that's what we've expected for them. Wheels has said it as well, and I echo that sentiment in terms of this tournament being the one to not just go and stumble into a semifinal berth and see what happens and go beyond, but actually dominate matches. I will say though, in tournament football, when there's heat, when you're still trying to get acclimated to conditions, when you're still trying to just take a team for what they are and they're going to respect you based on your last result, it's oftentimes difficult to go on and dominate and score those goals and win that match, but they didn't lose. So I'm going to take that in stride. But you have to go against Jamaica for me, which is a big match, big result, and go out and dominate possession, make sure that you're scoring the goals and going forward. And again, in the heat, it's difficult to do that Jesse Marsh press, but just suffocate teams as much as you can, because I think that's the way forward for this U20 national team.
I just didn't like the performance, to be honest with you. Like to call the game scrappy would be taking it easy on it. The game was a tough watch. Like really, I expect Canada to go out and outplay a team like Honduras. I understand that Canada is missing a couple players, but some of the changes didn't make a lot of sense for me. There was very little balance in the team. You go up 1-0, and I know that the Honduras goal was a little bit of a fluke, but Canada was wide open at the back. It just showed what we kind of experienced during the World Cup as well. It's like match management at times is crucially important, and they didn't show the ability to have a little bit of that as well. I think Fotzing was the best player on the field again, but he can't do it alone. It's like almost like they try to use him too much. I don't think there's enough ideas in attack, and it was like deja vu for Jesse Marsh with players just being reluctant or not clinical in the attacking third. It was just a tough night. The result isn't a significant disaster, but it almost reaffirms what I thought of this team coming in, that they're an okay team. They're just not a great team, but I was hoping that with Jesse Marsh there on the touchline, they'd be able to maybe punch above their weight a little bit more. But it was a tough night for Canada. Not a disaster. It was okay. It was neutral, as Jordan put it. Yeah. But I would have loved to have seen a better performance.
But Maca Wheels, isn't this like when I was watching the game as well, like even looking back on highlights, this is not a U20 problem. Like, this is a Canada problem. Like, look at the women's side. Like, you look at the men's side of the past World Cup. Defending, having a system, having quality athletic players that have an understanding of the game is not the issue. It's the golazos. Like, getting players like that to go. And that's the hardest thing to do in football. I get it. But this is like, I don't want to say it's a national crisis, but it's one of those things where, like, we struggle, you know? So I don't expect anything less. A hardworking Canadian team, grinding out performances, a little bit disjointed as time. Wheels kind of alluded to that. But yeah, caressing the ball and making sure it hits the mesh, like that's something that Canadians, we struggle with probably a little bit more than top nations in the world. And that's why we're not a top nation. That's why we're on the rise there. I think if we could start getting that and being more clinical, then yeah, people could start calling us really a football nation, how we take over matches.
Yeah. Gareth, you mentioned you felt the team should have outplayed Honduras, but they didn't. Might it be fair to say that Jamaica, their final match of the group stage that takes place on Saturday, could potentially be their toughest opponent?
Maybe. I mean, there's some balance in this group. Panama looks to be the worst team. Honduras, Canada, Jamaica, throw them all together. And I'm not sure if one team really stands out that far among the rest. I just look at this team. They're going to need to dig in and provide a little bit more. Jesse Marsh looks miserable on the touchline. I don't know if he is. Like, we haven't talked to him. When you go from playing in like 80,000 seat stadiums and there's like 80 people, like friends and family in the crowd in Puebla, like it's a different atmosphere. I just wonder if he's getting what he wants to see out of this group as well. Look, like Lima scored a really good goal. I thought it was a really good finish, but the attackers, like, it's still the chances that are created are much like the senior men's national team. Graham Roach missed like a wide open net, but it was a goal that was created by pressing a goalkeeper, turning the ball over in possession. Like, I just want to see more fluidity to their play, and understand that they've been playing a ton of games together, but without that, it's going to be a scrap against Jamaica. But going into a game like this, I kind of approach it as being like a 50-50 where all the pressure's on. Like, you want to go out and win this group and give yourself the best chance possible. So based upon what's at stake, yeah, this is going to be the most difficult game for Canada, the group stage.
Jordan?
The Stars got to perform, right? Like that's what it is. Like, you're looking at, there's some top players in the spine of this team as well. But for me, I know it's not, but you got to treat it almost as a knockout game just to get that momentum to what's next. And then winning the group, top in the group, you got I hate saying this, but a weaker opponent coming out, right? So it's one of those things where lick your wounds today, weaker, right? Sometimes it's like it's worse. Like, once it gets a knockout, it gets crazy. But yeah, you got to go take advantage of it. There's a lot to like about this group. I think Jesse Marsh probably looks a little bit miserable as well because he's like, oh, these guys can't press. Like, like Jesse Marsh, that's how he judges a good performance. Like, how many key high impact sprints did you do?
Yeah.
Like, did we win the ball in their 18? Like, that's how Jesse Marsh looks at the game. So he's probably looking at his team like, yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of spirit, but we got to work on the press a little bit more. So to your point, Wheels, that's probably why he's not happy.
Fonsig's being good,
Yeah.
but like it's funny, like playing on like thick grass, a pitch that maybe is a little bit more sticky, doesn't roll. Like, the ball just needs to move a little bit quicker, right? But like, I think it's more the conditions that they're playing with and the type of field, more so. Maybe the conditions don't necessarily suit Canada and Marsh's style as well. So there might be a little bit of embedded frustration there as well.
Yeah, he's looking at the sprinting stats post game. That's his priority.
Not enough.
Sure.
Not enough.
All right, well, we'll obviously continue to follow this team. A draw in Saturday's match against Jamaica would see both teams through to the knockouts. That's again on Saturday, August 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.